During winter, when much of the nation is afflicted by severe weather, the deserts of the American Southwest beckon, promising moderate weather. One such place is Joshua Tree National Park in Southern California. The 38-mile California riding and hiking trail gives a tour of different sections of the park while offering a relatively easy backpacking experience. The trail is one of the few surviving reminders of a much larger statewide trail system that was later canceled. Starting by the park's north entrance station by the town of 29 Palms, the trail travels an indirect westerly course to Black Rock Campground near Yucca Valley. I'm here at Joshua Tree National Park by the north entrance station. I'm about to start a 38-mile backpacking trip along the California hiking and riding trail, which goes east-west. I'm hiking at westbound, which involves a little bit more climbing from this direction, but it starts out lower and ends at higher elevation. Since I'm getting an early morning start, I figured I'd rather start down here where it's going to be warmer. You know, I said I was going westbound. I'm going eastbound for the first mile. Then you go south for like 6.5 miles or so, where you then turn west the last 7 miles or so, or generally north to northwest. But overall, it's an east to west trail. That's 29 Palms down there. It's a small town and a large marine base. They do a lot of desert warfare training. Only mile 2. So because of this loose sand, feels like I should be on mile 3 or 4. Mile 4. This is an access road to those buildings that were up on the hill. I think there's a private inn holding over there for mining, I'm not sure. Mile marker 5. Joshua Tree is known for its abundance of Joshua trees. And it's also known for all of its various rock piles. Climbers like to come out here and climb them. Well, it's the campground. There's a toilet over there if you need it. This is deep sand. It's tiring to walk through it. Mile 7. Pinto Basin Road should be within half a mile or less. While near a road crossing, there may be a large number of people day hiking, but few are hiking very far, so once you travel a short distance away, you'll have the trail mostly to yourself. Well, it's 5:20. I've got maybe 20 to 30 minutes of usable light. So I'm going to stop up here. So I know there's a campsite right up here. I would normally continue on in the dark to get near the halfway point, which is around Keys Road. Though you have to camp at least a mile away from the road, so I'd have to stop a little short. But I wouldn't be able to do any filming in the dark. So I'm thinking of just calling it quits for now. I think this will work. Could go there or go there. The reason I often come back to this trail is the solitude, the ease of travel, and how the terrain changes as you travel through the various sections. The trail is well marked and easy to follow without a lot of rocks in which to stumble over. All of the climbs are measured in hundreds of feet, not thousands, and often spread out over several miles. The altitude ranges between 2,800 to 4,800 feet, so it's a mild place to start acclimating to a higher elevation. All in all, it's a good location to start to get back into hiking condition after spending the last couple of months hibernating near sea level while packing on a few extra pounds over the holidays. Sun's about to come up. It's about 6:15. And that's where I'm climbing up into. Basically gonna go up and through this hill through a narrow pass. This has always been an interesting thing. Somebody's taking the time to set rocks up around the trees. And they've laid out a couple of rock lines, like there used to be some kind of garden here. So you got a rock ring around that juniper, something that used to be there. Got a layer here, a layer there. Then you got all of this rotted wood, which makes you think there used to be some kind of shack or something here. When I started out this morning, my fingers were really cold. I have these gloves on, which cover my finger up to just the end of my fingers. But that small part exposed in pain from that cold wind. Definitely a significant wind chill. Mile 16. Sun's definitely coming up. Right in front of me is Ryan Campground. There are trash bins and pit toilets there. If you don't mind walking a few hundred feet. Let's see Keys Road in front of me. $19-mile marker. This is the official halfway point. Too bad I don't believe the mileage, but making progress. Mile 21. Hoping I'm gonna top out here soon, because then it'll be downhill for a while, hopefully. San Gorgonio. It's 11,500 plus some change feet tall. Part of the San Gorgonio Wilderness. It's the next mountain range over. Now I have to peek out. Going through a series of small hills. Kept thinking I was done, and then I wasn't. Mile 24. I have 14 miles left. Looking for a place to stop for lunch. I was going to stop back there, but this cold wind has started to chill me to the bone. Want to find a place that's a little bit more sheltered. I wonder if this will block it enough. Trail climbs down there, or descends down there, then climbs up to that flat saddle over there. So essentially I'm losing altitude just to gain it back to be able to get around that mountain there. None of the climbs on this trail are particularly big. Usually a couple hundred feet. It's just that most of them are spread out over a long distance. We drop down into this valley on either side. It's the only time you really get switchbacks anywhere. Well, I've got about 10 miles left to the end of the trail. Upper Covington Flat. It's getting cold. Definitely a lot colder than yesterday. It's mainly that wind just cutting through everything. Trail's going to wrap down into that canyon there and go for the next few miles. Gonna have to find a campsite soon. Like a nice place to camp. Let me get a little closer to the trailhead. About 6 miles from the end. It's gonna be dark in less than an hour. I'd like to get another mile or so down the canyon. When I get to the 5-mile marker, I will probably start looking for a campsite. Well, I am about a little less than 5 miles from the trailhead. Getting a little bit of a late start just because it was really cold and I just didn't want to get out of my sleeping bag this morning. But should be a quick couple miles down to the trailhead, and I can have either a late breakfast or a early lunch in town. 2 miles to go. Just like to make one comment about the snow we're looking at. Most of the time I've hiked this, never see any snow at all. The reason why there's any there is because I had a storm come through a few days ago and it had a cold front with it. Mile 37. I am 1 mile from the trailhead and I can just start to see some buildings down in the distance from the town of Joshua Tree. I can see the trailhead. My vehicle's on the hill over there. Well, I am finished. 38 miles from end to end.